Alright, so what I'm actually gonna do is I took off the rings from the curtain, right? Which I'm gonna put around the hat as a decoration, right? So if you just look over here, what I'm gonna do is just take my measurement of just how much I want of the curtain. So it's ending right about here. I'm gonna take just a little bit extra. So right there. I'm gonna use some safety pins to kind of like pop it in. There we go. And now I can begin securing it around. All right, so the next thing I wanna do is put some skulls into that hole. And the way I did that, I'm gonna show you in just 1 second. Right, so you just take out one of those skulls, and I have this heavy duty cutter, so that's pretty good. And since the skulls are kind of sturdy, what you really have to do is to kind of break through them. See? Don't be afraid to actually break the piece off if it bugs you. It bugs me. And just cut under the chin. So you still have the chin thing going on. So what you're looking for is to have 5 skulls like that. Actually, no, 4, because it depends on how many holes you have around. Me, I have 4, so I need 4 like these. Okay? All right, so the way you get the skull stuck in there like that is by gluing in there. So let me show you how it is. Once you have all your skulls, you're gonna start filling up your hat with them. So you take your all-purpose glue, you take your skull, and make sure that you fill all around the skull, and especially the top, because the glue, as I said, will dry transparent, and even if there's some goo, it just adds up to the creepiness stuff. But it's important to have it on top, because then it will really seal the skull to the material. Okay? So I'll just do this for you. See? So really, in the inside, a lot of it. Okay? Then you're just going to stick it in, like so. All right? And then you're gonna take some Scotch tape and just tape the skull to the hat. So it kind of it's gonna give it some pressure to settle in. Okay? And you do this way all your skulls. There you go. Afterwards, simply what I did is I took the plant chain that I had, and I just kind of hooked it on top and passed down the chains randomly around. But this is the front of my hat, basically where I've decided. So it's also here where I'm gonna put the spikes in. There we go. All right, so while the hat is settling in, what we're gonna do, we're gonna create the little piece of paper that sticks out of the Mad Hatter's hat that says, in this style, 10/6, right? So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna take your paper, and I'm deciding to cut it a little bit more uneven. Something along the line like that. So yeah, it's gonna, really be. All right, so I'm deciding to actually stamp this over my sheet, but you can actually write it on. It's really up to you. So I'm gonna use my trusty little stamp set with StazOn, the one and only. So what I'm gonna take is, I'm gonna create the word in at first. Lightly put it in and kind of just stamp away. So we have in. All right, so I actually did manage to write it in this style 10/6, and that will stick into the Mad Hatter's hat at the end of the project. All right, next step with the hat would be to install the spikes. Now I've been thinking about how I want to position them, and finally I came up with this idea. So they're basically gonna be like aligned this way, right? So I put like some pins as to show where do I want my spikes to be. Since I bought 2 long ones, I want them to be like in between the 3 little ones. So that's the idea. Let's try to do that. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is take the middle pin. I don't know if camera can catch that. Yeah. Take the middle pin, take it out, and precisely where I put it, I'm going to pierce a hole. That's why it's great to have those type of scissors, because they really, really do pierce through anything. Come on. There you go. And I'm just going to screw it back on. Man, this hat is gonna be sick. There we go. Alright, so I pretty much do the same with the rest of them. Alright, so far this is what the hat looks like. I did remove the chains from the inside because I decided to have some really cool hooks to actually hang down. So it really gives you a crazy feel to it. I put the spikes right where the front of my hat is, and I stuck in this style 10/6, and I actually took the liberty of adding a few colorful feathers to it, just to give it a little bit of life. And I chose a nice little spider to kind of go over it. And what I really like about this one, I actually got it in the dollar store. It has those long legs, so it kind of looks like it's creeping in. And since I had this dent here in the hat, basically it was not straight. If you see, it really went that way. It kind of looked like a perfect spot for the spider, as though it's been nesting there. So yeah, the way you glue it, you basically take your all-purpose glue, you put a lot on its base, and you just stick it on and you leave it to dry. And then you can not take it off whatsoever. So there we go. This is what the hat looks like. The original idea was to make it look very psychotic, because my partner in crime, that's what he asked me to do. And I think I pretty much achieved it. Now all we need is a few touch-ups. Let's see. It just needs last decorations. So what I'm gonna do is use feathers. Lots of pretty feathers. So these ones actually came with the little dollar store kits that I bought. So they're really not expensive. You can find a lot of them. So what I'm really gonna create a little decorative front feather thingy. There we go, like that. See? I already took the liberty of pre-making one right here, which I've glued together with the tacky glue. You just glue them one over the other. It's really that simple. And do it like over a plastic thingy, that way you can actually peel it off, like so. Peel this off, and you can put it right in here. Okay. There we go. If you want to, you can add some more. I really like when there's more detailing on the final product. It's more fun. So I'll just put a little bit of glue on the feather and just stick it. Okay. I would like one here to kind of cover it. So this is what it pretty much looks like at the end. It's awesome. This hat is absolutely sick. Just turn around for you. More skulls. And the back of this ribbon, I just finally just sewed together. I didn't do anything else to it. That's it. It's just very simple that way. And there we go. So another thing that you can do just to give it final touch-ups at the end is everywhere where you see like there's little green pieces or something that's there it's not supposed to be, you just take a black marker and you color it under, like so. And like right here. Just color it in. Simple, there's more here. And don't be afraid to get it a little bit dirty up. I mean, it's okay, the hat is meant to be crazy. See here already like colored pretty much. So another thing that I would actually do is I would glue these parts down. Oops. There we go. Just put a little bit of glue there. Everything that's sticking out, just glue it back. And there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the final product. The Mad Hatter's hat. So, looks great. I really hope you enjoyed my workshop and I really hope I helped you out. And if anybody has any other ideas of how they use my video into making their own creation, send it away. Okay? So have a good one. Bye.